everyone's having a nice Saturday so far. Thank you guys for joining. Before I get too into anything, I'm going to give some time for some people to join. Hi, Brandon. Hope everyone's having a great day. What's up, everybody? Okay, so we got over 50 people, so I'll go ahead and start talking. Hi, Vinky. Hi, Derek. Okay, sorry, I'll stop calling people up by name. So I'm here today to talk about the most recent Mystic release that came out on Friday, A Cut, Rose, and Tap Water. If you haven't listened to it, it's available on every streaming platform, and the visual is available on Strange Music Inc.'s YouTube under Mackenzie Nicole, A Cut, Rose, and Tap Water, as would make sense. So yeah, I'm just here to talk about that, about Mystic in general. So please go ahead and send in any questions or anything you have to say, because I love to talk to you guys about all this. I really appreciate when you send in things I can talk about. I love all the hearts. I love all of that, and you guys are amazing, so thank you so much. But if you have anything to say, I'd love that, because otherwise I just have to talk to a camera, and that is uncomfortable. Thank you guys for all the compliments. It really means a lot to me. I really put my, as you know, heart into everything. Okay, first question. What's the meaning behind I am not anything that's even worth protecting? So the song, A Cut, Rose, and Tap Water is about, I kind of alluded to this in the caption when it came out. It's about accepting your fate of killing yourself. I don't believe in fate, but there was a time where I thought, man, if there is one, like, mine is just to end my own life. Like, that's the inevitable, because no matter how far I run or what I do, I just can't escape it. I always run in circles. Like, I always end up back here, like, staring down the barrel of a loaded gun every single time. And so I came to the point where people have this mentality when you're suicidal of, like, listen, you are loved, you are, important, you are worthwhile, all this, right? Which is all valid, but at the time, you don't believe that. So at the time that I wrote this song, people would always say, your life is important, and, you matter, and, none of that felt real at the time. So when I say I'm not anything that's even worth protecting, I'm nothing worth saving. My life is meaningless. I'm meaningless. I'm inconsequential. Do you have any interest in country music? I love classic country, like Johnny Cash type stuff. I don't really love contemporary country, but never say never. Should we be looking forward to a Post Malone feature? Oh baby, I wish. Talk about Kelly. Hi, Liam. He's talking about Kelly Halsey, my best friend. That's Liam Halsey, her brother. I love you guys. Besides postal artists who I love to work with, I would love to work with Flume. He's an amazing producer. I say that every time. I've been saying that since I was like 15. I just want to work with Flume. Loving the necklace. Thank you. This video is really sad. Do I ever suffer from depression? Oh, baby. That's what this entire album is about, is me wanting to kill myself. And then my odyssey out of wanting to kill myself. Yeah, pretty depressed, man, I'd say. Favorite line in the new song, I am not precious. That's my favorite line, because, and when we get into the lyric breakdown, you guys will hear more of this. But for me, people always, like I said, like, act like you're precious, like they treasure you. And when you're depressed, when you're suicidal, and they, cradle your spirit, and I'm not that special. I'm not that fragile. I'm not all that. I'm not this, delicate flower. No pun intended off the name. I am really nothing. I'm nothing. Okay. Love you guys too. Why is most songs so sad? It reminds me of old Tech 9 KOD. I promise it gets happier. The album is in 3 chapters. Everything you've heard so far is from The Rabbit Hole, which is the very, very dark chapter. And then we go into Purgatory, which is the transitional chapter. And it is about kind of journeying. I hate the word journey because I think it's overused in this context. It's about evolving, I like that word better, from the darkness into whatever's on the other side, whatever that means. And then Oxygen, the last chapter, is about being on the other side. Again, whatever that means. So I promise it does get better. Because that's the point of this album being in chapters, is because if I did just like a KOD for you guys, it was just all darkness. Like, there's no resolution to that for anyone. Not me, not you. Basically, we said at the end of the album, we're like, cool, we're all depressed, now what? You know what I mean? And that's not where I'm at anymore. I wanted to tell the full story, which is about recovery. I didn't want to just self-indulgently just, subscribe to the darkness. I think it's tempting as an artist to do that. I wanted to tell you guys, not only is there darkness, but there's also light. What makes me strive to reach so many people? I always say that I've said this a lot, and if you're a day one, you've heard this a lot, that I don't do music so the world can discover me. I do music so I can discover the world. I don't really, for me, it's not about reaching as many people as possible necessarily. I do believe it's super important. I believe that this content in this album is important to me, and I think it could be important to other people. So now my new mission, when I am thinking about reaching people, is just like how this album maybe could help people like it helped me. And another thing is, like, I hope it inspires people to find their mystic, like their outlet that helps them evolve and save themselves, you know what I mean? So there's that. Looking at your guys' questions and stuff. When was I born? September 28th, 1999. Did I meet Post Malone? No, but I touched his arm. I love you guys. Please reply. Okay, Emma, hi. What inspired me to write Complications? Ooh, a little throwback there to pre-Mystic releases. So Complications, 7, bless him, 7 sent me this really pop, crazy beat, right? And I was like, you know what this could use? Some depression. So I wrote the song that was super dark, but like melodically, like if you don't listen to the lyrics and like, imagine you don't speak English so you can't understand the lyrics. You think it's a really happy, upbeat song, but when you can understand the lyrics, you're like, oh. I wanted to juxtaposition the brightness and bubbliness of the beat with something really dark, which is my tendency to ruin my own life. I always, given the opportunity, I just wreck everything I touch. And I don't know why I'm like this. I'm like I said, I'm a masochist. I just make myself suffer. So that's what that song's about. How do I find myself out of all the darkness? Therapy and medication. I'm not going to be I say this every time I do a live, pretty much. I'm not going to be the person who's like, once I did yoga and started bullet journaling, my life was different. Like, I'm not that person. Like, okay, yeah, maybe that helps you. Maybe that might help you individually. But, like, it's all very tactile and very practical with me. I went to a psychiatrist, an amazing psychiatrist. I love her so much. She has saved my life. I got medicated with the proper medications, not self-medicated. I always want to say that. Please do not self-medicate, whatever that means to you. I really mean that. Like, please go to a licensed professional. And got on the right concoction of pharmaceuticals that has now kept me alive for almost 2 years now, about 1.5 years, 2 years, and go to therapy at least once a week. And that's what worked for me. And if therapy, like, I encourage everyone, I think everyone could benefit from therapy. So if that's available to you, I really recommend it. If it's not, then there are a lot of outreach programs that will help, that are dedicated to helping people who don't have that resource access that resource. Medication is so effective. A lot of people are very anti-medication, but I really am not in that school of thought. It can be largely beneficial to people who need it. So yeah, that's what it is to me, and I'm just not going to tell you any different. Like, it's all very practical. Do I live in Cali? Nope, I live in KC. Here we go. I'm just reading through your guys. Would you say this album not only saved your life, but can show others who fall into a deep depression state of mind how to escape it? I would like to think so. When I wrote this album, it was definitely something, I didn't realize how therapeutic it was going to be. I had no idea how important this album would become to me. Like, at the time, like, basically the way this album came about is, like, a couple months into my recovery in fall of 2018, because I began the process of recovery in June of 2018. I had this responsibility to deliver a second album, start working on a second album, and I wanted to do something new, which is be authentic, because I never felt like I got a chance to be authentic in my music before. And all I felt like I was at that point was the mental breakdown and was the darkness. So I just wrote what I knew and what I was feeling, which is the process of recovery. And for the first time, I relived what I went through in a healthy way. And with that being said, as the album and I evolved together, it's taught me so much. I had no idea. The visuals, the girl, it's all taught me so much. It's all closed so many chapters for me. It opened so many more. You know what I mean? So yeah, this album has changed my life. Thank you guys so much for all the really sweet, supportive things you're saying. I don't want to just gloss over, like, all the complimentary things you're saying. Like, it really does mean a lot to me, and I see all of it. I just can't, I'm not going to individually, like, list every compliment, because I feel like that's narcissistic. Here we go. Whoa, what did I miss? Were you crying? Surprisingly, not yet. Love you, Punch. Recovery from what exactly? Good question. So I wanted to kill myself from age 6 to age 18, like, really bad. It was a rough go. I also struggled with depression, anxiety, really severe OCD, and, like, tics and stuff from that. Not just, like, oh my god, I cannot stop cleaning my room, but, like, legitimate, like, tics. And I always want to clarify that when I say OCD, I'm not just like, I'm such a neat freak. Like, it's not like that. I legitimately, okay, anyway. And most importantly, raging bipolar 1 disorder, which nearly killed me on several occasions. So all that being said, that is what I am recovering from still. Thank you guys again. Am I an only child? No, I'm not. How about those Chiefs? Yeah, baby. Thank you for complimenting the necklace. Sprinkles a little depression on song. Yeah, baby. Sorry, I'm way back on my questions here. Hi, daughter Carly from Mama B 5711. You guys are being so supportive. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate what you guys are saying to me. It means a lot. Would I ever chop like Tech and Calico? One day, maybe. We'll see. What happened to my pinky finger? My sweet friend Brandon broke my nail off, and so most of my real nail is gone. And it's bleeding nonstop. That's what happened to my pinky finger. So, yeehaw. What advice would I give someone who's living on their last breath? This is a really good question. I'm going to try and avoid cliches here. My big thing is, and this is something that I really discovered through my acting coach, Chris, who's an amazing man, really incredible at his job, really just a great guy, and he brought the girl to life when I did Mystic. Like, I owe him so much with those visuals and with, progressively, like, working with my TED Talk and all the stuff that we're doing. By the way, doing a TED Talk in Reno with University of Nevada on February 29th, so come to that if you can. Woohoo, yeehaw. I would say it kind of my favorite phrase when it comes to, being a dead man walking, essentially, is like, if you're going through hell, keep going. I love that because I didn't always understand it, but now I do. There is help. There is always help. Okay? And if you can't find it, keep looking. Like, seek and you shall find. If there's no one in your life that is helpful to you when you're in a dark place, there are people out there who will be. You just have to find them. There are resources, there's so many things that can help you through the darkness. I promise it's out there. You just have to find it. And yes, finding it can be extremely hard, and sometimes you look past it, and sometimes you find it and you don't want it, but you have to keep looking, keep searching, and when you find it, take advantage of it. So that's what I would say. How long did it take me to find the right pharmaceutical combination? Because I tried a few different medications and they kind of worked, but then I stopped taking them and going to therapy. I was very, very fortunate. My psychiatrist is absolutely amazing. She put me on the perfect combinations of medications almost immediately, really. And we've done a lot of adjustments since then. I've been put on some and taken off some and had every single one of them adjusted in milligrams and all that. So it wasn't like off the bat we're like, hit it out of the park and now we never have to. Don't know what that was. No, we never have to adjust it or do anything or workshop it ever again. It's not like that, it's an ongoing process. But it's, still to this day, like I've been very open about this. I've recently been going through a pretty hard time. Like I said, like recovery is not a 2-step plan, you know what I mean? Like it's an ongoing process and I'm still going through it. I've been having a little bit of a hard time lately because I'm getting a lot of my medications and stuff adjusted, which is pretty hard. But still, like, I've had really good luck. I know it's not like that for everyone. Like, I know not everyone has, or I shouldn't say good luck. I don't believe in luck, but a good fortune. I know not everyone's as fortunate with their first couple tries of medication. It can be really disheartening. And I've had that experience, too, where drugs haven't worked. And it's kind of like, God damn it. You know what I mean? But more importantly, there is something that will work for you. There's something that will work for everyone if you need it. And you aren't going to be the special case that no medication helps. Like, you just got to keep on trying and sometimes failing and sometimes succeeding. I know it can be hard, but, yeah, that's what I would say about medication. Here we go. Sorry, I'm just reading through what you guys are saying. Favorite KC restaurant? My favorite restaurant in general, and it's not just in KC, is Chewy's, like Tex-Mex place. I like their stacked enchiladas. I go there every year on my birthday. Will we be seeing more of The Mystic and upcoming visuals? Well, baby, wait till this week. What was the breaking point when I drove down that road and found myself at that abandoned place you talked about in the TED Talk? So the TED Talk hasn't happened yet, so I'm not really sure what you're referring to. I had this really bad day, and I've talked about this quite a bit. During the middle of my mental breakdown, I was at work one day, and I got into a dispute with a coworker, and I was like, this sucks, I hate it here, I'm not going to stay here today. And so I just decided, okay, the Mystic billboard, the Edge billboards had just went up around town, so I'll go check out where those are. And as I was driving around town, kind of aimlessly sobbing in my car, I just hit this breaking point where I called my mom. I was just sobbing, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I had to pull over in the parking lot of a Quality Inn, and I'm just crying my eyes out, and I'm like, I'm going to kill myself. I told her, I was like, my expiration date is steadily and quickly approaching. And so she was like, listen, like, I think we need to slow down and address some things, so take the rest of the day off, just drive around, do what you need to do, and we'll talk about this when you get home. And it was the first time I'd really come clean about how bad things really were. I don't know what it was about that day, but it just, like, something inside me broke. It was definitely like a light switch had been flipped, and all of a sudden, I just lost it. So as soon as I got off the phone with her, I called the psychiatrist this person I was friends with referred me to, my current psychiatrist, and made my first appointment after refusing to go for months. Then I walk into this Quality Inn, and I have makeup, like, all over my face, and I'm visibly been sobbing, and I'm all swollen, and I'm like, can I please use your restroom, because I just want to wipe all this makeup off my face? And the girl was like, it's for guests only. And I was like, please. And so she was like, it's around that corner. So I go in, and I'm washing myself with hand soap in a public bathroom, thinking, like, how did I get here? Where the hell am I? And then as I got back in my car, I was like, I'm just going to drive around, wander the city. And so then I found myself on this road I used to take to high school every day when I was in school. And on my right, there's a psychic shack that I always wanted to go into. And so I pulled over, and I got out of my car, and I walked up the steps to the door, and I turned the knob, and it was locked. And I was like, of course it is. And then as I continued making Mystic, months later, I began to reflect and wonder what would have happened if the door had been unlocked. And that's kind of what you'll in the visuals you'll see the conclusion I came to. You guys are all really sweet. Thank you for your ongoing support. You guys are really so kind to me. Sorry, you guys, I'm just reading through everything you guys are saying, and it's just, like, super touching. Like, I never knew I would get the amount of support I'm getting and the amount of love I'm getting for and from this project. Like, it really, like, it's just, like, don't cry. It's just, like, a lot. Okay, do you find it odd there are so many people suffering from depression? No, I don't. Because life is hard and horrible, and it can be beautiful, but a lot of times it's not. And especially with social media and technology right now, like, we're more isolated than ever. We're alone in rooms full of people nonstop. And I think it's just hard, and we don't want to talk about it, man. Like, mental health should be as priority as physical health, but it's just not. And so, no, I don't find it odd that so many people are struggling. I think we all do. I know we all do. And to different degrees and different ways, you know? And I think what's odd is that we don't talk about it more. I think that's what's odd. I'm going to get a solo tour soon. I can only hope. What inspired the rose and tap water? So I go deeper into this in the lyric breakdown, which will be coming out this week, as you've become used to. But whenever you come into my room, you'll notice it's like a graveyard of roses. Because whenever I get like a cool jar or something, or like a Coke bottle, I fill it with tap water and put a single rose in it, and I've never taken it out. I have some that have been there for years. I just never took them out of the bottle. And so there's like over 25 in here. I counted when I wrote my TED Talk, because I talk about this in it. And at least 25, probably 30 something dead roses all around. Like, it some with stems, some with just heads, etc. Or like, it's just a lot. Blooms, I suppose, not heads. I don't know what to call it. And one day I was laying on my bed, and I was just looking around my room, feeling nothing for anything, and I just saw it locked gazes with this rose. I'd been dead for so long, and I suddenly realized that we were the exact same. And I'll go more into that in my TED Talk and in the lyric breakdown, but that's what it is, my little habit of keeping roses. How long did it take to make the visuals, and which video took the most takes? It took, we filmed it in a little under 2 weeks with 1 day off for my birthday. I say 1 day off, we filmed till 6 a.m. on my birthday. It's like an overnight shoot, so I spent most of my birthday asleep. I'm trying to think which video probably took the longest. We had some overnight shoots that took a while. Ones that had, like, more than just me, like, more characters in them, like Marcus, or some later characters we introduced to. It took a while, but really a lot of it came very naturally. Actually, all of it came very naturally, so it wasn't necessarily that things took more takes based on difficulty or anything like that. It was just really more about, like, how many angles are we going to get, and what shots do we want, and what's the difficulty in terms of setup. Like, when we're driving a car, like, the contraption required for that is ridiculous, like, and things like that. You guys are really quite kind to me. I really appreciate you. I love you. Just looking through. When me and Tech gonna do another song? Who knows? Okay, so I just want to put out there, a lot of people are asking me if I'm coming to their city, or when I'm coming to their city, and all of that. I just want you to know that I promise I'm always doing my best to come to as many places as possible. I will eventually come to you. I can't say when. As soon as a date is announced or planned, it'll be on a website somewhere, and I'll direct you there, or I'll announce it myself. Like, I promise. But right now I can't really answer anything. Does the necklace have a special meaning to you? If so, does it help with depression? This necklace was inspired partially by Marina and the Diamonds, or I guess she goes by Marina now, and let me explain that. So when she had her Electra Heart era, which was her second studio album, you could always tell a press shot or video or whatever was from that era, because she wore a heart on her cheek. And I thought, I want a heart on my cheek. I want my thing. And so this necklace became it. I designed it. It's gold, mother of pearl, sapphire, and obsidian. And what it means to me is like, okay, so in Christian iconography, there's this, it's the eye of God. I'm not Christian, I'm not anything, I'm not religious, but I like the idea of like there being this like plan for us. I don't believe there's a plan for us, but what it means to me is like the idea that our circumstances and our decisions and our individual odysseys through life all establish a path for us that changes, is ever changing moment to moment, and that at the end of the day, our timeline in an overarching sense is its own unique journey. You know what I mean? It's the idea of the universe looking out for you, of the universe, the world being a comrade, so to speak. There's a lot of meaning behind this necklace, and it's a huge symbol to me because it represents this thing I love so much, which is this album. How does it feel to be the only girl on Strange? I'm the baby girl. I'm just me and my big brothers. It's nice. I would love to see some more girls. And Cody Lee Farrow, I am the only girl on Strange. Who's my favorite artist on the label? I can never pick that. Will I ever come back to NYC? Oh, I can only hope NYC is my favorite place. Can I go live more? I'm going live once a week right now to talk about whatever the release of the week is, so you'll trust me, can't get rid of me that quick. Okay, guys. So I finally got caught up on your stuff. Again, I'm gonna be getting off here at 5 p.m. I'll do the full hour like I always do, just so we can touch as many people as possible. What's my favorite Tech 9 album? Ever Ready, hands down. Come Gangsta is the best Tech 9 song in my opinion, best Tech 9 song ever. But yeah, go ahead and send in any thoughts, feelings, etc., that you have. I was wondering why in your last 2 music videos, it's actually the last 4, my hair was dyed dark. Is that to symbolize your dark mood? The reason why I look different in the music videos is because it's not me in the visuals, it's the girl who is a character entirely independent of me, and I'm really glad you asked this, because a lot of people maybe didn't catch this first times I explained it, because not everyone tunes into everything, right? So basically, when I was coming up with this album, it occurred to me as I was writing it that there was not just one narrative there. There was this entirely separate person that was hidden within the lyrics, and she presented herself to me. The universe revealed her to me with every song, and I found out more about her, and I learned about her story. I always say I didn't create her or her story. It was out in the universe. I just happened to be the person who discovered it. And I knew I had to tell her story too. And these visuals, I've already been so inside out and told so much of my story within the songs themselves that I felt I had exposed myself enough. So with the visuals, I knew that it was a concept album, obviously. And I thought, there are going to be people who relate to me and can access this content through me. But there are also going to be people who maybe don't like me, or maybe just can't relate to me. And it makes this album and its content a little bit less accessible. And I want to give them a way up the mountain too, because you can scale it any way you like. And so, all that being said, that's when I realized what something really important to the album would be telling her story, the one that had come to me, because she hadn't just come to me if she wasn't important. And all that being said, that's why I wanted the visuals to be someone else who went through what I went through in her own unique way, and that's who the girl is. She's not me at all. I do not appear in any of the visuals. Mackenzie Nicole is not a part of any of the visuals. It's solely the girl and then other characters, but it's its own world. So yeah, that's why I look different in the visuals, because it's not me, it's the girl. What's my favorite song off the new album? The next release. Well, I guess it's all of them are being released because the album's coming out on Friday. Oh my god. I would say The House Above the World is my favorite. It's an amazing, amazing song. It's the best song I've ever written and recorded. Whew, absolutely wonderful. I absolutely love it. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it when you hear the studio version on Friday. What's my favorite item off the album cover and why? It's a great question. As I did in the album cover breakdown, they all are of significance to me. And they all have their own, like, very important and very distinct meaning. And if you haven't heard of them, please go check out on my page my album cover breakdown video, because I go through it every single thing one by one. And I would say that really probably my favorite thing is the eye necklace, because it represents the album as a whole, not just a part of it. Recently described. Okay. Please continue to send in all your questions and stuff, because it's way better than hearing me just ramble into a camera. So yeah, I'm going to continue to thank you guys for all the love and support you've given Mystic and everything so far. Like, it's crazy. I never expected any of this. I just knew that I made an album that I loved, and that was important to me. And then we started releasing it into the world after holding on to parts of it, bits and pieces, for over 2 years. And not over 2 years, just about 2 years. And yeah, I didn't know what was going to happen when we put her out into the world, especially since it's so different from my other music in the best way possible. And then for you guys to be so loving and supportive of her is just insane. It's just mind-blowing. So thank you guys so much. My album's going to be on iTunes, yes. It's going to be on every every streaming platform, everywhere you listen to music. What was one of my biggest obstacles with creating this project? It's a really good question. I'd say it all came so naturally, you know. All the writing was all, like, it all came so naturally because it was exactly what I was going through. All I had to do was tell the truth. And so, yeah, that was really easy. I'm working with Seven, who produced every single song. And literally, this album is just made by me, him, and Ben Janier, our in-house engineer at Strange, who's the most talented engineer on the planet. Just the three of us just working. That was incredibly easy because he's my musical soulmate, and I got to do something with, like, he's, as I always say, he's the reason I'm doing music. He's my hero, he's my mentor, and so getting to do something with him was perfect and easy. The visuals were the thing I was the most scared about, because obviously I'm not known for my acting skills. Like, I'm not an actress necessarily, I worked so hard to try and do that film justice, and do these visuals well, and I feel, like, really proud of the product. So I'd say that was probably the most complicated, and the biggest obstacle was getting over my fear of messing up the visuals with poor acting. And honestly, I'm proud of what I did, and you may think differently as a viewer, but I really think I did a good job, and I better do a good job with all the prep we did, with me and my acting coach Chris and all that. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I'd say that was the biggest obstacle, was this new element of doing a film. Was Dark Side made while this breakdown was happening leading into Mystic? Dark Side was made 6 months before the breakdown, but it definitely it was at the start. It was made during some events that definitely contributed to the breakdown that I can't get into specifically. What's it like having fans? I'm a new starting artist. Must be pretty cool. First of all, congrats on being a new artist. I'm very proud of you, because living your dreams is a hard thing to do, and I'm proud of you for doing it. I don't like using the term fans because I think it's kind of gross in terms of, like, it just sounds really narcissistic to me. Like, I could never be like, my fans. Like, it just bothers me. It's just like having a big family, and, like, a lot of friends that, like, love and support you and what you do, and, like, I'm crying, why am I such a baby, and who know you, like, who share a common interest with you and common passion with you, which is music, and even more incredibly your music. So it's just having a massive extended family, and that's what you guys are to me. Will there be autographed copies of the album to buy? Absolutely. If you pre-order, you can get one alongside a cute little enamel pin. Favorite thing to do away from the studio when I'm not on tour or anything. All I do is work. As a lot of you guys know, I work on the executive side of Strange. I do a lot of office work. I have a cubicle. I spend a lot of time there. I executive produce the album alongside Travis Ogwin, our CEO, and also my dad. So, yeah, pretty much all I do is work. But I like to write. I like to read. I love to listen to music. I like boba and coffee. That's just kind of my thing, is just working. What's my favorite flower if not a rose? Just roses. I don't really have any other opinions on any other flowers. Love red roses. Has my signature changed since your first album? When the CD arrives, I'll have both albums with your signature. I would say my signature looks better now because I've mastered the art of doing a better quick signature. I feel like before, and also when I'm in a better place mentally, my handwriting's better. It sounds so stupid, but it's so true. Favorite drink from Starbucks? I just usually get an iced coffee, no sweetener. I'm very boring. In the fall, though, pumpkin spice, as we know, I do like pumpkins. I have a fake pumpkin over there. I would show you. My room's really messy, to be honest with you, and it's like dark green velvet. It's really cool. Just take my word for it. So again, I'm getting off at 5. I don't know what time it is right now. If someone could tell me, that'd be awesome. The time in Central Time. But if you have any questions, comments, concerns, etc., 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 please send them in so I can answer them and don't just have to talk blankly into space. Hi, Mally. 4:36, awesome. So we are really just through here. You guys are great. How long have I been with Strange? So I started recording professionally when I was 9 years old. I'm 20 now. So I am on my 11th year with Strange. What's your go-to music right now other than my own? I'm listening to a lot of Young M.A. because I'm going to see her live in LA in March. So I've been listening to a lot of Young M.A. I'm always listening to Aries. He's incredible. Let me think. Who else do I listen to right now? This is hard. I listen to songs more than I do individual artists, really. But yeah, if I had to pick my top artist right now, I'm always listening to the Front Bottoms, my favorite band. But yeah, those are probably, Young M.A. is probably my top artist right now. I love her. Yeah, again, send me anything. Oh yeah, Post Malone and Halsey. Thank you for pointing that out, Sam. You're 100% right. I still need to listen to Halsey's new album. I've been working so much I haven't got a chance to. I did listen to Post Malone recently though, because I was at his concert. What a talented boy. So just keep sending stuff in. Thank you guys so much for such an interactive and really fun live. I love doing these for you guys and with you guys, because it's just another way in which I can communicate with you guys about the art, and that's what's really important to me, is getting to talk to you guys about this and allow you to understand where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? Because I think that it's such a cool experience as a listener, because there are a lot of artists I'm fans of who I would love to get inside their brain, so I try to offer that for anyone who likes to listen to my music. Okay, someone asked, is it a big relief getting all this done? Oh my god, it's at the beginning of a big project like this. I can't ever picture it being done. I can never picture what it looks like. There was a time I was talking to my therapist about the mystic visuals before we even finished writing them and even had a team put together, and I was like, it just feels so daunting. It feels like it's never going to happen. I can't picture what this looks like done. I can't imagine my life not working on this. And she's like, well, it doesn't have an option but to get done, so it's going to get done, and it's going 6 months from now it'll be done, so start picturing it. And I was like, okay, fair point. But yeah, it's a huge relief. Do I listen to music made before I was born? I listened to a lot of music made before I was born. How am I going to celebrate when it's all done? on Friday, I'm going to Chewy's. That's my plan to celebrate. When the entire album's released and all the visuals are released and all that, I don't even know. I'm probably gonna, like, throw a party with all the friends I don't have. So I have a very small circle, and most of them are out of town. But I don't know. Me and my parents and my brother are gonna go hang out at Chewy's. That's the plan. Will my next album be available for pre-order, or is it already available? Mystic is available for pre-order. It comes out on Friday, on Valentine's Day, which I am now taking over and calling Mystic Day because I don't really like Valentine's Day all that much. Okay, guys, again, I am getting off at 5, so if you guys want to go ahead and send in anything you got to say, that'd be cool. I really like that when you guys say things to me, because otherwise I just have to keep talking. It's scary. I'm shy. Sam wants to know who puts on a better live show, Post Malone or Tech 9. They're so incredibly different. That's hard to say because Tech's very theatrical. But Post Malone, like, all he did was he stood up there on the stage with just him and a microphone, and you never would have noticed because it was so entertaining. Like, there are certain artists I went to who just go out there with no set, really, except for just them and a microphone, and you're acutely aware of it. But Post Malone, you were so entranced by the performance that it's just, like, it was just massively entertaining. By the way, my mom commented a little bit ago. I don't remember if I said hi, Mom, but hi, Mama. Am I doing a Mystic release party at Strange Hollywood? So Strange Hollywood, that space has been dissolved as of right now. Moved on to different endeavors. But, yeah, there will be release parties and stuff. I think we'll probably, perhaps, I think we might do one in KC. I have some ideas for something we might do in LA, so. Where can you pre-order the album for an autographed copy? I think the link might still be in my bio, but if it's not, which it very well could be not, go to Strange Music's merch store online, and you should be able to get it. Someone's on here insulting Post. Got it. This is the wrong place to do that. I mean, you can continue to be a hater if you want, but you're going to get no endorsement here. Will I be on tour with Tech? Not this time. I actually have some personal plans, career-wise, that I'll talk about more soon that conflict with the tour. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. Yeah, but I would love to go on tour, but I just have some other plans that are also fantastic that I need to endeavor into at the same time as the tour. But yeah. Sorry, I have such a bad habit of cracking my neck. It's so gross, so bad for you. Please never take it up. I took it up as a stress habit when I was like a sophomore in high school, and I just never went away. Again, we don't have that much longer in the live, so now is your chance to ask any questions you might have. Mainly, our focus today is a Cut Rose and Tap Water. Because that's what just came out on Friday. If you haven't checked it out, it's available anywhere you listen to music, and the video is available on Strange Music Inc.'s YouTube channel. But we can also talk Mystic in general. I don't care. We can talk about anything you want. You can ask me any question you want, and I'll answer it to the best of my ability, within reason. So many great questions today. Thank you guys so much. You want to buy a Strange main chain? Do we have those available? I don't think we do. We should. That'd be cool. We have a lot of cool Mystic merch that's going to drop, so I'm excited about that. Have you ever been to Wyoming? Yeah, I've been to Jackson Hole. It's really nice out there. Yeah, baby. New songs are awesome. Good job. Thank you. They're my babies. They're my heart and soul. Thank you guys again for all the love. Have I ever been to Portland? I was supposed to come this spring, but some things got rearranged. Do I have a Strange chain? I have 3. I have 2 Snake and Bats and 1 Strange main chain. I originally got the 2 Snake and Bat chains that my dad was like, they're smaller because you're a girl. And I'm like, man, I really wanted a big rapper chain. So now I have this big Strange main chain. Was it Cut Rose and Top Water the most emotionally dark video? Yeah, it's the darkest video and song on the album. Was it hard to face my parents after being so authentic? This album's really hard for my parents to listen to. they definitely, it was a rough go, but ultimately I think it strengthened all of our relationships, but it definitely is hard and continues to be hard for them because this album's so dark and these visuals are so hard to watch. So yeah, nice, thank you, Lost Prophets, for telling me the time. Yeah, it definitely was rough. Paunch, who's one of my associates here at Strange, has video of this entire process, right? And one of the things he has video of is Travis hearing these songs for the most part for the first time. Almost every song he has that on video, and it's just, you can tell it's rough. Real rough. Again, we got 15 more minutes, so tell me anything you want to tell me. You guys are so sweet to me. I love you guys. I know I've said that like 30 times, but like, I seriously, things I'm obsessed with, anything I like, I'm so obsessive. I talk about it in Complications, I think, where I literally can't like anything without getting obsessed with it. It's like disgusting how attached to things I get. So right now, like usual, my big thing, like my big pastime, someone was asking what I do outside of music. I like, this is so stupid, like going on city adventures and finding new coffee shops. It's my favorite thing to do. Like, that's my biggest thing I like to do. Listening to any type of music whatsoever. I just love music so much. Surprise, surprise. Those are really main things, is coffee and music for me. Here we go. You guys are so perfect and sweet. Biggest pet peeves? I have so many. People who have really loud footsteps is a weird one I have. It just makes me irrationally mad. I don't know why. It just has. And I have one big thing, but I can't talk about it because someone, like, it's ammunition. If you ever want to piss me off, I'm not going to do that. Is there something or somewhere where I can write the best? I write all my songs in my car outside the studio in the parking lot. Am I going to take a break after all the visuals or albums drop, or am I going to dive into my next album? I'm already working on the next album. There's no break here. Me and Seven are already working on the next album, and let me tell you, it's so weird. It's so cool. It's so not Mystic. It's a totally different sound and everything, because I don't have it in me emotionally to do another Mystic for a long time. It's rough. But this next album's like just weird and experimental, and it's so much fun. I think you guys are gonna love it. It's, again, unlike anything else that you've heard from me. How old am I? I am 20. I turn 21 in just over half a year. Mystic is my KOD, thank you for noticing. Difference is that there's some light in Mystic at the end. Yeah, but next album's sick. Let's focus on Mystic for right now, I suppose. But, like, Mystic is mwah, chef's kiss. But this next album, you guys are gonna like it. I'm in the studio, I think, this week working on it, and it's like, we're sick. Seven gave me some ammunition with this album. Here we go. Favorite Eminem song? I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Here we go. Let me get crisscross applesauce here. My old lady bones are aching. I have, like, the body of a 90-year-old in term, like, I have creaking joints. Okay, guys, we're wrapping up soon, so go ahead. If you have anything left to say, especially questions, I love questions, let me know. Can I do a sneak peek behind the scenes video of me in the studio? That'd be kind of fun. I wouldn't mind doing that for you guys. Dream collab would be Flume. I love Flume. Mwah, such a good producer. Who inspires me the most? That's really hard. Personally, professionally, that's really hard. Personally, my mom, probably. My parents. My mom and my dad are really awesome people. They're really great. Musically, I'm really inspired by the Front Bottoms, Stevie Nicks, Marina, early Marina, especially, like Family Jewels era. Ooh, mwah. Things like that. But with this next couple projects, I'm just inspired by anything different and weird. Hi, Zach Dylan. Did I get to meet Post Malone the other night? No, but I grabbed his arm when he came to the barricade. There's a video on at String Music CEO's page, and also on Mackenzie Nicole's and Mackenzie Nicole fan page. Which video took longest to film? Again, I don't really remember. It was a quick 2 weeks. Favorite aspect of my house? My room. Because it has my stuff. What about behind the scenes CD of Mystic? Oh, we got some stuff in the works, baby. We got some stuff in the works. Okay, like I said, we're about to hop off in a little bit, so make sure you send me anything you want to say. Because I'm not going to be going live again, most likely, until next week when we talk about Mystic again. Like, it'll be cool next week, because we'll have the whole album to talk about, which is going to be so cool. Oh, I'm so excited. Favorite song at the moment? That's really hard. I've been listening to Smooth Criminal by Young M.A. a lot. Solid bop. That's probably my favorite song of the moment. Yeah, it's so good. Most difficult video that I've ever made. Now that Cut Rose and Topwater is out, I can talk about this. The scene in the garage in Cut Rose and Topwater is the one I've talked about before. I almost threw up filming that scene because it was the most emotional thing I've ever done in my life, probably. That was definitely the hardest one. It was gut-wrenching, but as I walked away, like, I felt a chapter of my life close, because, like, that was how I was going to kill myself, was in a car. And I always knew I would end up there, so as I'm sitting here in this car for this film, I'm thinking, I always knew I'd end up here. I didn't know it would be for a film. I thought it would be for real. But I sat behind the wheel, and I was like, man, I'm here. And then I walked away. And I never thought that would be possible. And then it was done. Like, I walked to the cliff's edge, and I looked down, and then I walked away when I thought I'd jump. And that was incredible. Like, that was an unspeakably difficult thing to do. That was definitely the hardest thing I've ever done. Probably one of the hardest things I've ever done was filming that. And now I'm crying. Can you say hi to my son Corey? Hi, son Corey. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. You guys are amazing. Got so many emotions. I'm glad I'm still here too, surprisingly. Not every day, but most of the time, pretty glad. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Again, this live's been fantastic. Do I like acting? Yeah, I loved filming Mystic. I want to do more films. I want to write and act in tons more stuff coming up, because it was just an amazing experience. It was the happiest 2 weeks of my life, hands down, was filming Mystic. Videos are my favorite part of my job, so it was amazing. I need to see you soon too, Lexi. Yeah, man, we really got into some fun stuff today, didn't we? Yeah, couple more minutes. Send in anything else you have to say. Again, thank you for all the love. If you have any more questions, I'd love to hear them, because again, you're not going to see me again live until next weekend, after the whole album's out, so it gives a lot of content to talk about. I ever thought about doing a rap verse on one of my songs? Oh, I'm totally open to it. Maybe I might with this next album, because it's so weird and different. I'm really considering it. Man, you named your kid after me. That's crazy. Whew. Thank you. Whew. That's wild. There's a child out there named after me. Do I get into politics ever? I love politics, but I do not speak on them publicly, because my career and my public stuff with, the Mackenzie Nicole stuff, I don't want to politicize it. It's not my place as a musician to tell people how to think, is the way I put it. I think far too many people who have any following use that following to influence people in a way that isn't conducive to education and is more conducive to cult mentality. And so I love politics, but we'll never talk about them here. I'm such a crybaby. This song, Acting Like You Know, difficult for me. Did I write any of it? Yeah, I wrote the entirety of Acting Like You Know, and it wasn't really hard. It was harder than it is to write now, like, but it wasn't as bad. Like, it wasn't as terrible, you know what I mean? Is Mackenzie Nicole my stage name, or my real name? It's part of my real name. It's my first and middle name. I would change my stage name if I could. I would change it to something else, but alas, here we are, branded as Mackenzie Nicole. Only a few more minutes. Have I seen Frozen 2 yet? Yes, I have. Saw it in theaters with my brother. He likes it because they have fun songs. It was a good little kid show. What would I change it to? I'm not revealing that yet because I don't want anyone to steal my ideas. No, I'm just kidding. Which artist do I love to make a song with? I'll say it again. Love Flume. Perfect producer. Beautiful, beautiful producer. And I would love to be on a Flume album, man. That's when you make it. So when Flume wants to put you on an album. No one is 7, right? But he's pretty great. Flume is. What's the first thing I do in the morning when I wake up? Take my meds. Yeehaw. Love that. All right, 4 more minutes, guys. Again, tell me anything you want to tell me. Now's your chance. Then I disappear for a week. So, here we go. When am I going to collab with Ritz? Who knows? Yeah, it'll be fun. I don't ever know when I'm going to honestly collab with anyone. Am I still signing pre-orders? Oh, baby, am I. Signed hundreds so far and still signing more. So, how do I get my eyelashes so long? They're fake. If I'm being totally honest with you, I'm not gonna front. They're fake. I glue them on every day. That's how I get them so long. My natural eyelashes are long, but these are like mega long because they're not real. Let me see. Someone's asking to if I'll listen to their music. Yes, DM it to me or email it to me. How's Baby and Duncan? Oh, so nice. What am I going to do with this week off? I don't have a week off necessarily. I'm still working. I got press appearances. I got my album coming out. So I'm going to be working all week. Have me and Snow ever kicked it? I've only met Snow, the product, once at this huge like radio festival last in 2018. She's a sweetheart. Okay, we have 2 minutes remaining, so make sure you send anything else. Again, I'm just gonna repeat, I love you guys. Thank you for the support. I really, really appreciate it. Again, I never expected any of this, and to have such amazing continued love and communication from you guys has been absolutely insane, more than I could ever dream of. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart. If you have any last things to say, any last remarks, questions, etc., now's the time, because we have a minute and a half. I love you guys back. That's all I need to say to you guys. I love you back so much. You make my life so much better, and you are really you really enrich everything I do in a really beautiful way. And I just want you guys to know that. If I weren't a singer, what would I do? I'd be a writer of some sort. I'd work in publications. But yeah. What's my favorite chorus I've done for a Tech 9 song? We're Not Sorry. Best advice to someone who feels they have not found their outlet. Man, just keep looking. Experiment. Be brave. That's what I have to say. Get outside your comfort zone. Do we make money off Spotify? Hardly any. Get like 0.003 pennies per stream, and that only counts if it's 15 seconds into the song. So like, buy physical albums, please. We're begging you, because we make no money off streaming. None of us. That's why, like, yeah, just I could rant about this forever. 29 seconds, 27 seconds, 26 seconds. Okay, guys, again, I love you so much. I'm going to go ahead and hop off now. Mwah, you're beautiful. You're perfect. You guys are amazing. Mystic comes out on Valentine's Day on Friday. Love you guys. Bye.